Good evening once again. We are still on our broader topic, human resource management. Several subtopics have been done in respect of that broader topic. Today, we are going straight to what we have. We are going to look at job change. You know what job is, and when you say change, you know it. So, for example, when you talk about the human resource manager, that is a job. If you say production manager, that's a job. If you say sales manager, that is a job. So that job can change either upwards or downwards, and that is what we are going to do. You can move from a lower rank to a higher rank. Your job has changed. You can also move from a higher rank to a lower rank. The job has changed, and you can even be moved horizontally. That is a transfer from one department to another, or from one locality to another. So that is what we are going to do today. Today we are going to look at job change, and we'll be looking at these three aspects of job change. We'll look at promotion, we'll look at demotion, and we'll look at transfer. So you see, if you look at the overview, this is what we'll be looking at today. Today we'll be looking at what, when you say job change, what is it? We look at promotion, the meaning, the reasons why a worker is promoted. Then we look at the factors that are supposed to be considered before a worker is promoted to a higher grade. We look at the advantages and the disadvantages of promotion. But that one has already been done. You remember when we were talking about internal recruitment. Promotion and internal recruitment, they are the same. So the advantages for internal recruitment are the same as the advantages for promotion. And then that of the disadvantage, they are the same. So we wouldn't go into that again. Then we also look at the reason why some people reject promotion. It is not everyone who accepts promotion. So why do some people reject promotion? We also look at that one. Then from there we come to demotion, the meaning and the reasons of demotion, and we shall end this evening's lesson with transfer, the meaning and then reasons why workers are transferred. So that is that. So what is job change? When you say job change, what is it? What is job? Very simple. I already did that in my introduction. There is certainly movement, either upwards or downwards. So when you are talking about job change, I said it refers to the act of moving. So that is why I have underlined the word moving. So if there is change, then there is movement. So moving from a rank. Remember, you know what the rank is. Either if you are the managing director, you occupy a certain rank. If you are the production manager, you occupy a certain rank. So you are familiar with the typical organization, or let me say organogram, organizational chart. So if you look at organizational chart, for example, this one, a typical organizational chart like this one. Where, for example, if this one is the managing director, then this one can be a general manager. So this one occupies a certain position, that is the rank. This one occupies a certain position, that is the rank. Then you can have the functional managers here. So you can have, for example, the human resource manager, you can have production manager, you can have marketing manager, and you can have the financial manager. So you can move from this place to this. That's from a lower rank to a higher rank. You can move from here to here. From a lower rank to a higher rank. You can move from here to here. A lower rank to a higher rank. You can be moved from this one to here. A higher rank to a lower rank. So when there is that movement, from one rank or position or role, certainly you will be performing a certain role somewhere to another within the same organization, then we say there is job change. And the moment there is job change, especially if it is vertical, when I say vertical job change, if you look at this one, you see, if you are moving from top to down, that is vertical. If you are moving from down to top, that is also vertical. So vertical movement can either be demotion or promotion. Then this can be horizontal movement. So when there is that movement, then you say there is job change. And how does it occur? It occurs through promotion, demotion, and transfer. So in essence, that is all that job change is about. So let's look at promotion. We have already done that. If a worker is moved from a lower rank to a higher rank, where the person's responsibilities change, where the person benefits change, where the person's salary changes, then we say there is promotion. So promotion is the act. There is an action of moving an employee from a rank or position which is higher than the rank or position he or she was holding. So for example, in this case, if the general manager retires and the human resource manager, there is internal recruitment. You remember why I said internal recruitment is synonymous to promotion. If there is internal recruitment, then either of these ones that has been prepared to occupy this position can do that. So once you are moving from a lower rank to a higher rank, then there is a job change, and here it is called promotion. From this one to this one to, there is job change. The moment there is promotion, then your title changes. Human resource manager, that is the title, it will change to general manager. The production manager, that is the title, that title will change to. And once you were up, the amount of money you were receiving here will also change. Benefits that you were also receiving will also change. You remember when we were talking about compensation, we learned about direct benefits and indirect benefits. So once there is promotion, there will be change in that or to that effect. So that is what promotion is all about. What are the reasons for promotion? Very simple, straightforward reasons we are not going to waste time on. In some organizations, you are promoted if you have worked successfully for a certain number of years. So it may be said that after every 5 years, you'll be promoted. So if you have worked, if you went to organization after 5 years, you would be promoted. So one of the reasons for promotion is when the worker has worked successfully for a number of years, and it differs from one organization to another. So in some organizations, they may say that when you occupy this position after 4 years, you'll be promoted to this one. When you get there after 6 years, you'll be promoted to that one. If you work successfully for those number of years, then you will be promoted. The next one too, you see, it becomes a tool for rewarding hard-working workers. So you have worked hard, and the organization wants to reward you. They can move you from a lower rank to a higher rank. The third reason for promotion is very simple. When you have attained a certain level of qualification, you entered the organization with diploma. So in that regard, you occupied a certain position. If you further your education and you now have a degree, then you may be promoted from that rank to another one. If you also further your education and you have your master's, you occupy another position. So that is the third point here. After obtaining a higher educational qualification, the next one is very simple, straightforward. Some people are promoted because of their loyalty to the organization. So I said for loyalty and long term commitment. People can't believe you no matter what. You continue to stay in the organization. You have been loyal to the organization. You could be promoted on that basis. So that is that. Now let's look at the factors that a manager or an organization would consider before somebody is promoted to a higher position. Very simple, straightforward fact. Now the first one is about experience. Or let me not say the first one. It can be any one of them. So it doesn't have any logical flowing. So it can be this one. So one of them is experience. What is experience? Experience talks about the number of years you have worked in an organization. So if you are filling forms and they say experience, it means tell them the number of years you have worked. Now I'll be doing two things here. We will look at the factors to be considered in promoting a member of staff to a higher rank. Then we also look at that vis-a-vis the reason why that factor is considered. So the first one is experience. Now I said somebody may be promoted when the person has worked in the organization for a certain number of years. And that's what we did here. So your experience, you have worked within the organization for 10 years, for 5 years, for 20 years, then you may be promoted. So on the basis of your experience on the job. So why is experience considered? Why do they consider? They want the person who can do their job best. Now, you see, let's even come to teaching. You know, some teachers can come to class, they don't have any book, they will not come to the class with any book, no material. The person can stand there and be teaching. The person can teach systematically and logically for 2 hours. That is experience. So after teaching for a certain number of years, you see, as the number of, it is assumed that, you know, it is said that experience is the best teacher. You know that expression. Experience is the best teacher. So if you have worked for a certain number of years, all things being equal, certainly you must have acquired certain skills that will enable you to do the job well. So they will consider the one who has worked in the organization for a certain number of years, for a longer period. So experience, they want the person who can do the job. The second one is effectiveness. They will look at the person's effectiveness and efficiency. These two concepts have already been done when we are looking at business and society. So when you say somebody is effective, it means the person is able to achieve his or her objective. When you say the person is efficient, you know what it means. That this person is able to work with minimum resource or the same time, but the person is able to produce more than before. So if you are effective and efficient, you may be promoted. So why is it considered as to meet a higher productivity at all times? They will consider the one who is experienced, no, the one who is effective and efficient. With minimum resources, this person is able to achieve his objective. The person has acquired so much skill. So that is for that one. The next one is level of education and qualification. Whether you have the whether you have BC, whether you have diploma, whether a degree, whether a master's, PhD. So depending on the that organization, whether you have a professional qualification, are you a chartered accountant? Do they want a chartered accountant, and have you had it? So you may be promoted on the basis of your qualification. When you attain a certain level of qualification, you may be promoted. So why is it necessary? You see, when you go to school, you acquire theoretical knowledge. And with that theoretical knowledge, you see, you learn theories, you learn. Now you see, management, you have taught about planning, this and that. All those things are, when you go to organization, with little training, you'll be able to plan, you'll be able to do the things you have been taught. So general knowledge one has about his or her job through studies will enable the person do the work. With a little training, this person will be able to do whatever you assign to him to do. So that is that. Then when you also promote people on the basis of their level of education and qualification, that one will motivate others to also further their education. So that is for that one. The next one has got to do with loyalty to the organization or to your job. So if you are loyal to the organization or to the job, you may also be promoted. So if people are loyal, it means that they obey instructions, they have stayed in the organization for a longer period of time, they have ability to obey orders and instruction, and such people are able to do well in the organization. When you also promote people on the basis of their loyalty, then it also reduces labor turnover. What is labor turnover? Labor turnover is the rate at which people are employed and they leave the organization. So you see, in some organizations, you employ people, they come, they don't. After few days, few months, they leave the organization. You employ, they leave. They come, they leave. It means there is high attrition rate. It's also called attrition. So there is high attrition rate. So, and that is what we call labor turnover. Labor turnover. When people, the rate at which they are employed and they leave the organization. When people are promoted on the basis of their loyalty, then it means people will be ready to stay in the organization because they know that with such loyalty, one day they will be promoted. So that is for that one. Then the fifth one here, attitude to work. Your attitude to work. Your attitude to work. So attitude, that is your behavior towards your work. Do you love your work? Do you have respect for your superiors? If you love your work and you have respect for superiors, you may be promoted. If you have good attitude towards your work, then you may be promoted on the basis of that. So that one is also there. So, and I said it ensures working diligently. When people are promoted on the basis of their attitude. So that is that. The next one is seniority. Now let's look at the difference between experience and seniority. Experience talks about the number of years you have worked within either within or without the organization. For example, you see, I can, for example, say that I have 27 years experience in teaching because I worked as a teacher at the basic level for 4 years. Then I have worked as a teacher in a senior high school for 23 years. So that means the two together, I have 27 years. 4 plus 23 will be 27. But I may go somewhere and I may not be senior. Seniority talks about the number of years you have worked within the organization. So you may have 27 years teaching experience, but in terms of seniority somewhere, you might have worked for that organization or that school for only, let's say, 5 years or whatever. If you went there and you met somebody who had worked in that organization for 15 years and they want somebody to become, for example, senior housemaster and so on and so forth, all other factors, if you hold all other factors constant and we are using seniority, the person will be considered. So that is the difference between seniority and then experience. Experience goes beyond just that organization. So the number of years you have worked in that position, either within or without the organization. Then, but when it comes to seniority, it is within the organization. So that is that. Then, so why would they consider that one? Seniority is considered to reward people for long service. For long service. then it also makes them feel that they are secured in respect of their job. So there is job security. It gives a feeling of job security. When you say job security, then it means that you have the opportunity to work in the organization so long as you want to work. You have relatively permanent work within the organization. So that is for that one. Then the last one we have here is your character or your personality. Because when you talk about personality, we are not looking at your structure. At times, some people talk about personality and all that they are looking at. So this person has personnel or whatever they say. Then they are just looking at the person's physique. The person had a broad chest. The person has a 6 pieces. No. That is not what personality is about. If you learn psychology, it goes beyond that physical, but it's the whole you. That is what we are looking at. So your character or your personality. And why would they look at that? I say at times the nature of the work requires someone with good human relation to occupy a certain position. So if you have a good human relation, that is your character, your personality, then you would be the one to occupy that position. So that is for that one. Advantages, disadvantages, we have already done that one because we have done internal recruitment. So let's move to the next one. Why some reject promotion? Okay, you may think that promotion is a good, so everyone likes it. No, there are some people, if you want to promote them, they reject the promotion. Why? Very simple, straightforward. The first one is lack of confidence. You are going to occupy a certain higher position. So if this person doesn't have confidence that he can work as a general manager, he will reject that position, that promotion. If this person doesn't have confidence that he can occupy this position, he will reject it. So there are some people who do not have the confidence that they will be able to do well in that position. So they will certainly not accept it. So that is very simple, straightforward. The next one I have written here, leisure versus financial incentive. You know, when you are promoted, we said that your salary or wage will increase, your benefits will increase. So that is one side. But when you are also promoted, your responsibility, you have more to do. Your responsibilities increase. So now, there are some people who prefer leisure to that financial incentive. So if the person prefers leisure to financial incentive, the person will not accept the promotion. The person wants time to relax. The person doesn't want any stress. So this person, he wants to have leisure. He prefers leisure to the financial incentive that will come alongside the promotion. Then this person will reject the promotion. Then the third one, very simple, straightforward. You see, there are some people, they are occupying lower position, all right, or a lower rank, all right. But you see, they think that that position is advantageous or is more advantageous than the higher one. The kind of things he gets there, he wants to remain there than to move to a higher position. There are some people who are, for example, let's say the person is a headmaster or a headmistress. If you want to promote the person will have to become a director. Now, if the person thinks that where he or she is as the headmaster, he or she prefers that one because there are certain incentives he might not get as the person is moving to a higher rank as a director or district director or whatever, the person may not accept it. And when you are being promoted, where are you going? Where are you now? So the person will look at it in its totality and see whether where he or she is now, he or she has advantage over the higher one. Then the person will reject that promotion. So that is for that one too. So we are through with promotion. Now let's move to demotion. Very simple, straightforward. If you know promotion, then you also know demotion because it's direct opposite. So when you say demotion, then there is that in that act you reduce the person's rank. So reduction in the rank of an employee, which will certainly call for reduction in the person's salary. So that is all that demotion is about. What are the reasons for demotion, or what are the causes of demotion? Very simple, straightforward. Now, efficiency will call for your promotion. Certainly, inefficiency. So, if you are inefficient in respect of your present position, then you will be demoted. So that is for that one. The next one, demotion may also be done to rectify mistake that was made during placement. You see, you came to the organization, you were placed in a certain position. You were supposed to have been placed here, but for mistake you were placed here. So later, if it is detected, you have to come here. But since you have occupied this position and now you are coming here, then certainly you are going